Welcome back to another week of Simply Bitcoin, the channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news from Twitter, the daily fail, the meme review, software releases. We've got it all. Drop us a like and subscribe. All right, let's go to the numbers.
Block Money Dashboard.
So we are currently at a block height of 664,536. The current Bitcoin price, 31,415. The chain rewrite days, 603. Total lightning capacity, 1,058 BTC. And the Bitcoin versus gold market cap, respectable 4.61%.
So much more room to grow. Unfortunately, I'm very grateful where Bitcoin is right now. But no Satoshi the Bitcoin chicken. That's not going to get him excited. Only the price of Bitcoin reaching an all-time high makes Satoshi the Bitcoin chicken cluck. Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily fail. All right, we are kicking this week off with our daily fail from none other than Nouriel Roubini. You know, it's like he just sits there, you know, this disgruntled, bitter, salty no-coiner in his like little cave, just waiting to come out and gloat at like a tiny little drop. So he sits there and completely, you know, he's completely oblivious to the fact, and obviously he's not, right? So you watch Bitcoin rise for the last 2 weeks, you know, creating life-changing money for some people, and then he comes out to gloat about a drop. Okay, so as you can see here, right, Bitcoin tumbles over 15% from 34 to 29K in the last 24 hours on a Sunday without any news. Okay, this is a total irrational bubble on pseudo asset with zero intrinsic or fundamental value that is totally manipulated via fiat tethered daily issuance, massive pump and dump schemes and whales. Okay, and then he goes on, you know, to add this ridiculous guard. Like, he just gave us a whole thread of fail only to rebound a little to above 30K. Like, are you kidding me, man? Are you really shitting me? Like, this guy has been wrong about Bitcoin consistently since he started talking about it. Okay, he lives in the land of denial and stupidity, and it's just ridiculous that he comes out of the woodwork to say these things. I don't understand how anyone's taking him seriously. Okay, and the fact that it moved without any news or any so hold on a second. So who wrote the rules? Like, are there rules somewhere that say that news is required before a move occurs? Maybe he could show us the rules. It's guys like this, man, that are just absolutely fucking pitiful. Anyways.
It's guys like that. It's guys like that that show you that the base layer of the world is fundamentally broken, right? And what I mean by that is the money is broken, and you get that type of attitude, right? Which was necessary in a world that was ruled by fiat. But in a world ruled by Bitcoin, which is the world that we're heading in, that type of behavior, it just makes you look stupid. It makes you look like an imbecile, right? And I think that's Nouriel's problem. He's just a victim of that fiat world, man. And unfortunately for him, because I feel like he's one of those people that he means every word he says. He's not like that lady Coppola, Francis Coppola, that we've been bashing. She knows what she's talking about. She knows, but she's not being sincere, right? On purpose, which is very, very sinister, very evil, right? But you could tell that Nouriel means every word that's coming out of his mouth. Yeah. He genuinely hates Bitcoin. I don't know why. It changed the world. It changed the world. Yeah, it changed exactly what you said. It changed the world for so many different people all around the world. Life-changing amounts of money, right? So why all the hate? Bitcoin isn't hurting anybody. If anything, it's helping the world.
Exactly. Every time he tweets, he disappears into his own ass. I swear.
Amen. Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, everybody. Our meme for today is brought to us by RD_BTC, a homie, a Bitcoin pleb. Let's check it out. It's only 6 second longs, but hey, it's a meme. There's no rules or regulations. Just check it out. Okay, let's watch it again because it's 6 seconds. Dude, okay. Great meme. Look, I know it's short and sweet. I know it's not as epic as the Batman one that we reviewed a couple days ago, Phil, but it's solid. I'm going to give that a solid 8. What about you?
Yeah, we're in the same ballpark. I'm going with the 8.5 on this. I mean, it is just, you know, It's totally relevant and it's funny as hell. Even if you don't understand Bitcoin, it's still funny. So
and that's what memes are for. Like it needs to have that oomph, that punching power, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I totally agree. It's so easy to understand. Anybody could understand that. You don't need to be into Bitcoin, but you get it. The 40K is just blowing right through the 30K. Amen. It's time for it.
The Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks.
Alrighty, buddy. So today's news, man, look.
Nasty.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is kind of sad, but
is it?
We told you so.
But
look,
there's no such thing as inflation.
It's bittersweet. But look, let me kind of explain what the hell we're looking at, right? It's like, why is he saying I told you so? We don't even know what we're looking at. Okay, look. So this is a government website or a Fed website, whatever. But this website shows what the money supply is. Okay, so this is the year 1975. Okay, so look at this chart, right? So it's not rocket science, right? Like this is money printer go burr. This is what you're looking at, right? This is the total money supply. Now, look what happened in 2020. Oh, sorry. Mess up by me. But look what happened. That's not normal. That is not normal, guys. We printed 67% of the money supply that has ever existed in 1 year. If you think this is sustainable, look, I'm not comparing this to the last 10 years. I'm comparing this since 1975. And this year alone, money printer really did go brrr. And that explains the zombie companies that just, the performance in the stock market doesn't make any sense. The whole world is in pandemic. The supply chains are being shut down. None of this makes sense. Well, here's the explanation. Because the Fed printed a bunch of inorganic money and dumped it into the system. This is what you call a scam. Why do I work? Why do I pay taxes? Why am I paying taxes? Why do I have to bust my behind every year and pay taxes if they could just print unlimited? Look, again, we're not being hyperbolic. Look at the chart for yourself. That's their website. That's their website. And by the way, that was December 2020. We don't even know this month. We have no idea what's going to happen. If you don't think that thing's going to keep on going with the way the pandemic is going, right? You guys are kidding yourselves, right? And this is exactly why Bitcoin was made. Remember, the Genesis block, Bitcoin said, Chancellor, on the second bailout for banks. That's what it said. I'm paraphrasing, but that's exactly what it said. Bitcoin was created because money printer kept going burr way too much. Money printer just went crazy. It went insane. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, look, if for the people that think that this isn't going to result in some kind of inflation down at the bottom, it's already fact that the chocolate bars have gotten smaller and they've gotten more expensive. Okay, the products that we buy are cheaper. The actual quality of them, they don't last as long, making us having to buy more products more often. And you really do have to pay a massive premium on a higher quality product that is going to last you. This is evidenced. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, and I can completely see the difference in quality of life, quality of products, everything. This is, these are derivative lives we are living, and it is because we have garbage money. Everybody has to keep running on the wheel. And that Fred chart should be scaring everyone. There is absolutely such thing as deficit. It's not a myth. There's absolutely such thing as inflation. We are living through it.
It's absolutely crazy, Phil, and this is when it's broken, that none of the mainstream, nothing, you don't hear a peep. This hasn't happened before. This didn't happen in 09, 08. This has not happened, what's happening in 2020. You saw the chart. That's from their website. We're not making this up. You can go look for it yourself. In fact, I'm going to put the link down in the description so you guys can see it yourself. It's that unbelievable. Well, on a better, lighter piece of news, Phil, is brought to us by Vijay Boyapati. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He tweets, a big difference between 2021 and 2017 is that Bitcoins are not being bought as a pass-through to facilitate degenerate gambling in altcoins. Bitcoins are being bought so they could be HODL did, and this is why so many Bitcoins are being withdrawn from major exchanges. I thought this was incredibly bullish. Check out the number going out of Coinbase, Phil. That's amazing, right? So that's people taking their sovereignty seriously, taking back control. And that rumor of it's not a rumor, it's a theory, that theory of rehypothecation. Well, it looks like Bitcoin's proving that wrong as well, right? So Phil, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely bullish. Number one, it confirms and validates the behavior that we think, right? That people are taking their sovereignty more and more seriously. They're buying Bitcoin and they're removing it from the exchanges and they're choosing to store it themselves. So I think that's bullish, and that's that's just a good thing in terms of personal responsibility. The other piece I want to add is the piece about what he's talking about, the difference in the market, right? So this time around, people are coming in, they're buying Bitcoin, and that's exactly what's happening. They're hodling it, like I have 3 people that I spoke to, 2 people from work that, that's exactly, like, they're not interested in shitcoins. They don't even know what they are. They're like, look, we want to buy Bitcoin and we want to hold it and we want to store it ourselves. And you tell them that they have to go out and buy a hardware wallet, and this isn't like mysterious anymore. They're actually coming and going, I heard I have to buy, or it's a good idea to buy a hardware wallet. Let me rephrase that. You do not have to buy a hardware wallet. You can just simply run a Bitcoin Core node. There's a whole bunch of arguments about that. But anyways, that's not what this whole segment is about. But look, again, at the end of the day, I think that this is bullish. I'm happy about it. In 2017, it really was people just buying Bitcoin and learning the ropes by getting dumped on with shitcoins. I was one of those people, and I learned, and that's exactly what I was doing. I was buying Bitcoin, I was going to the exchanges, and I was buying garbage, and it teaches you quick. And now people are smarter. They're coming in, they're buying Bitcoin, they're holding Bitcoin, and they're seeing the virtues of holding Bitcoin.
Amen. So, and Bitcoin allows you to do that, right? It's so unique that it allows you to withdraw. You can't do that with any other asset. It belongs to someone else, right? And they really owe you an IOU. So it's crazy that people are being orange pilled to the fact where it's like, whether they're conscious of it or not, Phil, it's like people are really taking the sovereignty issue seriously, right? And all the benefits that come with that as well. So I did think that was incredibly bullish. Phil, there was a software release today. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. Okay, we've got fully noded version 0.2.8 that was released, and we've got that down below in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. Guys, if you enjoyed the show, you know what to do. Smash that like button. If you guys love the show, hit that subscribe. And of course, we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.